see what happens today.
Well, we got a position I think both were happy with, because Bador is always looking for complicated positions, and I was also up to a point I was very happy with how, not that I necessarily thought I had a good position, but it was an interesting position. I mean, if you start from this, you can play 97.
I don't like 94 position.
I understand, but I'm not sure if this is so great. I just castle. Takes, yes. I don't know, bishop e3, go back. I'm not so sure I'm doing so fantastically well here. I mean, you can play like this, but I was also, I mean, it's quite playable for white. Yes. And also, I was more worried about this. But then it becomes really, really wild. I think I need to play knight g4. And why didn't you take the e4?
I thought that it's very dangerous.
Yeah, but
more dangerous, I mean, than cd.
I don't know, because on the other hand, this pawn on e6 was always a target in the game, so you just kind of get rid of it. And if black manages to play 97 and castles, he will be probably better. So I need to be very, very fast. And I thought maybe knight d4, and if you take knight e7, I thought I absolutely have to start with this. And next move f4. And if c5, I go queen g1, bishop e6, and once again f4. And I really have no idea what's going on here, but I had a feeling I might be doing okay. But it's a really, really crazy position. Like, I don't know, f5 bishop d5. I might be worse, it's completely unclear what's going on. But e5. But on the other hand, I felt that I need to settle the issue now to sort of know what Bador thinks about this question, and then we can proceed. And after cd5 bishop e3, I was very happy, because I felt.
Maybe after ed also something like e6 is possible or not?
Yes, but I couldn't quite make it work, and also you are not forced to take. You can just ignore it, I think, for now. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know, knight g5, knight h6, It's a really bizarre position.
Yes,
it's very difficult to understand what's going on.
I did not check this line, so it was very dangerous during the game to go like this.
So, and after bishop e3, I mean, you can play knight e7, but I probably will be slightly better.
Taking knight d4, yes? This
like take.
How to protect this e6 pawn? I didn't find
I don't know.
Queen b6, knight a4, I don't like.
Yeah, this is what I was looking at, but maybe you can take go king f7.
I was worried about this position.
I understand, but on the other hand, I mean, if you go rook hc8, it's not that easy for me to make some progress either. I mean, it was a safer option, but this is a very principled reply.
After knight h6, knight d5 is working, yes, I think. Knight d5.
I was waiting for you to make a move. I mean, I would definitely consider it, because it looks very promising.
I thought that queen b6 only move, knight d4, long castle, knight a5.
No, but but then it's
take,
good.
Queen e3 and
the rook f2 or something,
I think king f1 is calculate.
Even this?
Yes, this
and then there's bishop f3.
Yes, and I saw something like g6 here, but you are slightly better, I think.
No, bishop f3, knight c5,
Rook f3 even.
Rook f3, even the endgame is slightly better.
That's why I don't play this.
It's a draw, I think, anyway. No, but after 97 there are so many possibilities, and I thought I was doing the most principled thing, but then I started missing stuff, because
g4 is interesting move. I don't.
Yeah, but once again, I couldn't really understand what's going on. Take what
knight d4 and go back with bishop on f5.
Yeah, this is what I thought. Yeah.
I don't know, something maybe during the game it's very hard, but it seems very active for white. Something like knight d5 or.
No, hang on. No, here I was. I thought you might even do this. No.
Knight e6 is you can move knight e6. This
okay.
And take on.
Really weird.
With knight, I will take and go with to d4 is some problem. It seems very dangerous for black.
Once again, maybe yes, maybe no. I mean, rook c8, knight c6. You have all the squares.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, in this position you really want to have 3 hours, not an hour ahead at this point. But so too many possibilities to consider basically. And after queen b3, I thought, okay, if you go queen b6, I can take, go knight d4. I think you have to play h5. And it's a kind of a strange endgame, because I currently have no threats, but I can play something like rook d1. And maybe in some positions I want to take on f5 and go with e4. And I thought, okay, I'm probably slightly better, not much, but slightly better. And queen b8 I didn't really consider too much, because it looked to me like it must be too risky. And at this point I thought I must be doing well, but the first thing that came to came as an unpleasant surprise, but if I go rook d1, you just castle. And if I play e4, you have this queen a7 check.
Yes, and knight c5. Yes.
And knight c5, and now the knight on c5 is not hanging, because I thought knight c5 queen b4, and I'm actually much better, because you have to, I think, take like this. I take on c5, you take on f3, I take with the bishop. This is not very pleasant.
Yeah, difference of bishops.
Yeah, this is not very pleasant. But unfortunately, queen a7 check, and I just lost material. So the idea to go rook a d1, which I was very, very happy with, it kind of collapsed. And if I go knight d4, you just castle, I think. Although queen e5 is also possible. And I'm not sure how am I getting anywhere here, because there's always these pins, and also you can start rook against queen e5 as well. So I thought, okay, I need to stop castling. Queen a3. If you play b5, I probably go queen d6.
Yeah, and it's bad for me, I think.
Yeah, this I was very happy with.
If you would play something different instead of queen a3, there is no threat to take on f5 at the moment.
No, but black wants to castle.
Castle. After castle,
No, I mean, I need
positionally bad for white, because
yeah, I mean, the whole point of my previous play was to play
fast.
fast and to play tactically, and you know, I can't really slow down here. I need to play fast. But basically, I think queen a3 is a very good move.
No, it's very good. Yes, I need to take.
I think this is the only move. And my original plan was to go e4, d4, and then knight g5. But unfortunately, once again, you play b5, I take on e4, I'm very happy, suddenly queen a7 check, king h1 castles.
That's why you're protecting me. Nice.
And once again, tempo by tempo, the king gets away, and okay, maybe I will equalize after knight c5, who knows, maybe I'm still okay, but it's not what what I've been dreaming of when I went for this. So, and also I can go e4, d4, take, and play g4 here, and I think piece sacrifice is not very good for you. I think you have to play bishop g6. But I couldn't find any way to give mate here. Because if I go knight b5, there's rook d8. And if I go bishop b5 check, you just go knight c6. And a position like this, let's say, the king on e8 has no moves, but I cannot create a single threat. So like h5 or something, or e3, I don't know. And yeah, and it's a really weird position where, yes, it seems like I'm attacking, but I need a knight on c4, not on c3. It's too far away. So none of this worked out for me. So I went knight d4, and once again, if b5, I think queen b4 is very strong. I think that this is a very strong one.
Also 95, in 95, I don't like just take so everything. With pawn.
Yes, but
yes,
seems risky, but maybe you could have. But I think queen b4 is just very strong here, because now e5 is impossible. If you play knight c6, I take, I go queen c5, and it seems like everything is hanging once again.
Yeah.
And I'm also in some positions will play e4 next move. So I think knight c6 is almost forced. And this is basically, I lost the game in one move here, pretty much. Because I spent all my time calculating these positions. And what I missed was, I was very happy about this position, which probably is what black should do. And what Bador was planning to do, because he saw what I didn't see.
And also bishop e4 is maybe more interesting here. The idea is after knight a4, for example, now I have h5, g5, knight e5, knight b6, queen d8. This is something like this.
No, maybe, but basically, it's quite clear that I will never be worse here, and I'm probably pressing for advantage. I don't know, maybe I can even take or bishop c4 or something. It's a wonderful position for white.
I thought that maybe I can equalize here.
Maybe, but yes, I would have played this in an instant. But what I missed,
queen
b3. It's it looks like this I might actually be close to winning, but. No, but what I missed is after bishop g6, I spent like 15 minutes trying to work out what's going on, and I couldn't find anything. But later, when I was sort of thinking about resigning, I realized that this is just crushing. And what I missed is simply knight b5. In this position, I just thought that the knight is hanging, I have no checks, queen takes e3 is check.
It's possible e takes b5 or
queen a8.
and then
no, but it's just one check. It's just one.
Knight c5 check is important.
For any case, it doesn't really matter that much. But no, I think bishop c6, because of this, it's almost completely impossible, because I just start, I'm breaking through here. So black needs to take on d4 and play either bishop e4 or bishop g6. And I mean, knight a4
Knight
is a good
A4.
move. Rook a1
Yeah.
is also quite good, I think.
Rook a5 I don't like because of queen a7. Okay, some
Yeah, I was looking at this, but you know, something like this might be very, very dangerous for you.
check king h1, yes.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, but
Bishop f6.
I don't know. But from all sides, like
Also.
I don't know, it just comes from everywhere. You know.
Yeah, looks like
Maybe this works for
Yeah,
black,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm not entirely convinced. You know, I have a feeling I will be giving mate here, and I mean, I'm not claiming I'm winning or anything, but I would have played it in like 3 minutes.
It was blitzkrieg.
If I found knight b5, and
Yeah,
once
okay.
again, like in almost every game in this tournament, you know, I considered this move knight b5 in every single other position apart from this one. So this is how I've been playing here, which is kind of regrettable because this was an interesting position and precisely the kind of position I wanted to get today, and then I just. But also, of course, I wouldn't have played what I played. I would still play g4 because I would play something. But I missed lone castle simply, which is once again not something you should be missing. I thought this was just making a draw. I thought black needs to play something like rook d8, rook d1, castle short. Let's say knight g5, knight g6, and the position I think is completely equal. I mean, I can play queen c3. I mean, I'm not better, but I'm definitely not worse. So I thought, okay, the attack doesn't seem to be working out, so at least I have a forced draw. Because by this point I had like half an hour left for whatever it was, 25 moves. And I felt that, you know, since I can't see any way to break through in the g4 lines, I should at least make a draw. But unfortunately, it's not a draw. So
maybe
kind
rook
of,
a1 was.
yes, but how do I deal with
Yes.
king b8?
I mean, is this
Or
rook
rook
is
d-
not hanging in
Yes, but
positions in
uh,
maybe, and then you want take with knight and rook with rook, and what you don't have when rook on a1.
Yeah, maybe.
I was thinking best for white.
But there were other problems with this here somehow. Here, for instance, I mean, you might play d4, as you could in the game as well.
ED?
Yeah, you can take on c5, dc5, and take on b4. This is not a draw. Not at all a draw.
I cannot sacrifice on this because you're protecting.
Doesn't seem to. I mean,
Yeah.
probably doesn't work out for white somehow. A5, a3, rook d3. I have a feeling it will not. It will end up not being quite correct.
After king b8, it's not possible to take on g5, right? There is
Well, I can.
still-
How? I mean, I will lose. Probably once again. Probably it was better to do something like this. Just give you one of those pawns and play. But I kept on missing stuff. I thought before I get before b5, but I missed rook c8. Basically, after before rook d6, I'm probably I mean, these problems are probably already impossible to solve because knight d5 takes and
Knight before this.
the knight simply. Yeah. Once again, maybe I mean from a practical standpoint, it was already time to do this. Knight b4, queen b4, rook d5. Although objectively, I shouldn't be lost here. I think it will take some time to lose, but I think objectively this has to be closer to loss than to a draw. And I mean after b5 rook c8 it would not be a mistake to resign here, and I apologize I played on for another 10 moves, but really would not be out of place to just resign here. But I felt a bit sad about my promising position 6 moves ago, and I felt I need to think about life a little bit. So basically, I mean, this is an interesting, promising position. How good it is for white, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's good. And this is already kind of different. Yeah, and also, I mean, just it makes absolutely no sense to go for the sort of the sharpest, the most principal line possible, and then not play g4. You should just, I mean, even if you don't see how it works, you should just play g4 and then think. But this has not been a particularly convincing event so far, and this is continuing in the same vein.
Yeah, okay. Questions?
Very good explanation. Я думал, что все пойдешь, что такой уверенный.
Я и собирался.